When did that
I
happen?
don't know. The stream died. I don't know what just happened, guys, but the stream died. I'm sorry. I don't even know how that happened. I don't even know when that happened or what. I don't know how that just happened. But the stream died. Uh Interesting. That was weird. Ah, I don't even know where we were. Just start over, I guess, on that one part. Uh,
Okay, so we're live now.
yeah, we're live now.
Okay, so I'll start from the beginning. So for those of you who just heard this, sorry, I just kind of want to repeat it just because of the fact that the stream kind of had issues. But basically, I'm doing a shout out to REC World One,
Uh huh.
which stands for excuse me, it stands for Real Dreamers Change the World. They have a YouTube channel where they do. I haven't seen their actual content, but I'm sure it's video game or anime related, something like that. And the way I heard about them was a coworker of mine who asked me if I was going to their convention, and I'd never heard of it. It's called DreamCon. It's going to be in Waco, Texas, and sometime in the beginning of May, if I'm not mistaken, a weekend there.
Oh,
So for those
interesting.
that are going to be in Waco in May, definitely please show them some love, and I'll kind of explain why. This is a group that, after getting a lot of subscribers on our YouTube channel, they planned on going to many conventions to just kind of be able to talk with their audience.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, most of the conventions turned them down, saying things like "you wouldn't fit in."
That's crazy.
Uh,
That's
yeah.
nuts, dude. Like,
Now, for those who don't understand, like conventions, they're usually run by, majorities or Asians, like whites or Asians. You don't really see a lot of other races really running that scene. So
mm-hmm.
that's why I kind of bring it up. But instead of letting that affect them and bother them, they made their own convention, which is DreamCon, which they started last year.
And that's when I said that's good because they. I always feel like if you can't get through the door, you should make your own door. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know.
And that's what they did. So special shout outs to you guys. I hope that everything that you do is successful. And I just kind of wanted to bring you guys up because of the fact that I respect people's hustles like that, especially when you're trying to do a good thing for your community and you have a bunch of roadblocks, but you're doing something about it. And I can respect that.
They
So you
don't.
guys deserve some
They
recognition.
they didn't let Roblox stop him, and that's my motto today, is don't let a Roblox stop you. Figure your way around it, or go around. Thank you for that rehost, crew dog. I don't know what happened, man. It just died. I don't know. I don't know what happened to the stream earlier. I don't even know how long I was off. So I do apologize. I don't even think nobody realized I was off because I got no text messages from nobody. Um, Either that or low key, everybody was like, "Oh, finally, he's been quiet." No, I'm just kidding. Finally, he shut up. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, definitely appreciate everybody that stuck around. Y'all have been awesome. Y'all have been cool. Thank you guys so much. Um, I don't know, man. That's nuts. So I wonder why they said no.
Yeah.
That's what bothers
We
me.
have speculation, but yeah, like I said, the only thing. Well, first off, there were some that didn't even respond at all, and then there were others that straight up told them that they wouldn't fit in. So there's something behind that. Now, they do have a clip on their webpage that shows some highlights from their 2018 when they first did it, and it was kind of like your typical convention. You saw people playing video games, looking at comics, looking at anime stuff like that. But then you also have physical activities. Saw people playing dodgeball, basketball, stuff like that. So there were actually physical activities too, which is
Mhm.
something you don't see a lot in other conventions because
Mhm.
I've never seen anyone playing basketball or dodgeball at Acon or PAX. But you know, but anyway, so there are physical activities there if you want to do some, with the group,
Mhm.
or you could just walk around and check out the different booths that are selling stuff or whatever. It looks like it's a small thing, but it's slowly growing into something big. And I hope that they become a good convention
I
competitor to the rest of it.
I'm curious of what Pac said.
Well, like I said, they didn't name
I
anyone
know,
specifically,
I know. I'm just
and I'm not
curious.
going to push
I
them.
know.
Yeah,
I'm just curious. I'm just
yeah,
curious because I'm just I'm surprised. Okay,
Mm,
I,
I
I'm
feel you.
I'm surprised because of you know, especially because of diversity lounge that's over at PAX.
Hmm.
And unless they just didn't have space.
Yeah, that
Unless,
could be a thing too. Like I
you
said, there were different things with different conventions. They didn't say anything specific because they're not trying to hate on nobody.
no, of course
They were
not.
just kind of saying, "This is what happened. This is where we're at now."
And even if somebody said something's not so smart, you should never you should never hate. You know what I mean? As far as like never, because people on the outside are looking in, they're never gonna know the whole story. So if they just see what you said, it's never gonna look right to them, and then so it's just bad. It's bad. And I say this to say this because a lot of the pros have been complaining about Fortnite lately. I don't know if you've seen in recent news. The Fortnite pro players are not happy with the changes that have happened with Fortnite. Like,
Oh,
yeah. So I personally I didn't like the change to begin with. To me, I'm not a frequent Fortnite player, and I'm bringing this up because I don't know. To me, there's like a life lesson to be taught here. Um, you know, and then it's gonna go into my next
you
topic.
have a freaking Fortnite, Miles.
Yes. So basically, how it was for a while is after each elimination, every time you kill somebody, you got 50 HP back, and then you got your materials and um you know and some extra stuff. I can't remember all exactly, but the thing that stood out to me was the 50 HP. Okay. Everybody liked that because that's how the pros were doing it, and that's the pro scene, and that's how it should be, supposedly in their eyes. Me personally, like, I don't think it should have been that to begin with. I understand why it was there. I understand it did it because of third partying and stuff. But here's the thing. In my opinion, again, I'm going to say this again. In my opinion, third partying is a part of Battle Royale. It's going to happen. And if one BR tries to cater to third partying, then all the other BRs have to do it. And I don't know, in my opinion, it just wouldn't work. Um so and side note, I do understand why the stream went off. Apparently the mouse arrow was on it and I accidentally clicked it with my knee. So darn knee, you
Oh, no.
canceled the show.
Bad knee.
Bad knee. I was getting too hype. But I don't know. So I don't I just don't get like why it should have been a thing to begin with. I do understand the material thing. I think you should be able to get materials when you kill somebody. You should be able to get their materials. The materials should drop. Uh, what's up, Infamous? What's good, man? Yo, you just came to the second part of the podcast because apparently my knee decided to cancel the first part of the podcast. But how you been, bud? I don't, I don't understand why it was such a big thing, considering they know that Fortnite is still in beta form, if I'm correct. And also they knew that Fortnite was testing this. So they knew that eventually that it could be taken out. Now the reason why Fortnite took it out is because it was thirsting. It was a lot more thirsting than what's the discussion right now? The discussion is about Fortnite and people complaining about Fortnite so much. Well, that's what I'm getting at, because like the pros and everybody uh have been like complaining about how you know they should revert back to the way that it was. Personally, I think Fortnite should go back to the way it was when it first started. A lot of the Fortnite guys were getting called out on social media for being negative about it. And in last few days, the griping has seemed to settle down. Well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad to see that. Um, you know, I feel as even though like I'm not a professional gamer, I feel um, I have an audience, so eh, I feel that us as content creators, we have a responsibility on how we act and react things. Now, with that said, I know in some cases I have not reacted the best, and I've learned from my mistakes. So, but a lot of these other guys have been doing this for a long time, and you know, I feel like they should have, handled it in different ways. And they have to remember again where they're at and what they're doing. Infamous said, "Me personally wishes that they reverted it back to Siphon because as of recently I've been playing Arena because it's more enjoyable than regular solos and duos." Yeah, I understand. I get it. And I don't know. I just feel like when it comes to social media, you have to be careful on how you do things. I get it. You want to be heard. I get it. You want to get things done. I get it that you want to, you know, be that person to get that person's attention. But I sometimes I feel like Twitter is not the way to do it. And if it is the way to do it, I think there's a a, a more positive way of doing it instead of complaining. Um, I've learned I've learned from a lot of different ways. Um, it's, I've been that person that's been that whiny little person, and then I've been that person that is like come to them like in a more respectful manner, and I've seemed to get a better response from being a more respectful manner. Not saying that that'll always happen because in some cases it's just better for the company not to respond at all because if they respond to one person, then they got to respond to everybody. Um, you know, but everyone has an opinion about the siphon situation, but forever I respect Dev's opinions. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like I personally feel like no dev like wants to personally like just kill their game. You know what I mean? Um, and if they do, then there's something wrong with them. But I honestly feel like nobody like really wants to just kill their game because of it. I feel that you know they have to do what they feel is right for the game. Yo, 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 what up, Ghost? But I think the major problem is a lot of people forget that Fortnite is still in beta. And I think a lot of people forget that Fortnite, that they said that they were testing some things. Now, this brings up to my next question that I pondered up because we were talking about this yesterday on stream. And I didn't ask this question yesterday on stream because I wanted to leave it for the podcast. Again, this I'm not asking this question because this is what I think, but it just brought up a good question in my mind. Would would Fortnite still be as popular as today had Ninja not grabbed a hold of it? Um had like very popular let's say popular content creators. We won't say big streamers cuz there's popular YouTubers that make YouTube videos that Fortnite sucks. Just saying. In your opinion, you are entitled to that opinion. To some people, it sucks. To some people, it changed their lives. To some people, it changed their lives. You know what I'm saying? Some people like it changed their lives. Uh, So my question is, do you think Fortnite would still be as good as it is today? It would be as live as it is today had content creators that have become popular from the game um, would be playing the game, or do you think Fortnite would still be doing as good as it does? And that is open for
Well,
discussion. Go ahead.
I will say, and again, I'm not really in the streaming life, but I am a content creator.
Yes.
I do believe that people that like Ninja and everybody else who played the game that were really popular, they are the ones that kind of put Fortnite on the map as far as being the mainstream thing to do. Why do you think we have all these celebrities and all this other kind of stuff all of a sudden happening?
Right.
So yeah, I do believe that had it not been for a lot of these content creators who do their thing, Fortnite would not be as big. It would probably still be popular to some degree, but I don't believe that it'd be anywhere that it is right now if it weren't for the content creators that are there today.
And that brings up to my next question: is if Ninja was not alive and none of these people were alive and these big content creators, would Fortnite be alive right now? Or would Fortnite be where PUBG is at and all these other games BRs are at? You know what I'm saying?
So it's not really a question of if a specific streamer was
Yeah.
around. If streaming did not exist, if let's say we were not ahead of the technology and
Okay.
we didn't
That
have content creators,
that's a better
then it'd be the same thing.
that's a better way to look. Yeah, if YouTube wasn't around and if yeah, that's a better way to look at it. If YouTube wasn't around and if Twitch wasn't around, would we still be around playing Fortnite? Or would we be playing any BR for that matter? Is the question. Cuz I'm starting to feel like, and again, this is just me thinking on the toilet, okay? This is just me thinking, like, pondering, okay? What if content creation is what makes BR popular? So intriguing. Because of the hypeness. Again, I'm not saying I agree with this, but these are thoughts that were going through my head yesterday. And I said I was going to bring up during content for or during the podcast for open discussion. Would BR let's just would BR still be alive right now? Would BR still be as popular as it is if if uh if we if we uh have if we didn't have content creation? And give me a second, guys, because the chat is going crazy. So give me a second to read because we got like paragraphs going on. Odie says
Uh
yes.
oh.
Huh?
I just said, uh oh, go on.
Yes. Okay. So Odie says a simple yes. Thank you for the simple yes. Um, I have to go back and read. And uh, Ghost says, I think. Wait. I think we have more before then. Hold on. Let me see. What we have? He says, I can't say that it wouldn't be. This is infamous. I can't say that it wouldn't be as popular or as bigger than it is right now because we never know if someone else besides Ninja could have gotten all the attention. And then DB says, yes, it would, but it wouldn't have grown as fast um, if they hadn't. And then Ghost said, I think it it would do as good as it is. It's not the streamer or the content creator that makes the game popular. Then Odie said yes. Then DB said, look at Apex. It's a shot out of the gate. And now I don't think it's doing as well as because they haven't handled it well. And then Ghost said, bro, you can't hate on PUBG. Come on. Come on. Come on. I think you meant to say come on, man. I dislike Fortnite, But oh, we have some news about PUBG too coming on in the podcast. I don't go around bashing the game, lol. In my opinion, Fortnite didn't make the BR. In my opinion, I'm not. I wasn't bashing PUBG in my comment. Yes, and then he said it's the chicken or the egg debate. True. Um. Also, how is you okay? Now okay. Now we're so like I just wonder like if content creation wasn't even a thing and we were all just sitting around playing online like we were at one point, would we still be playing BR games? That's just something I've pondered for a while. Um, you know. Um,
I still think people would be playing it. It just wouldn't be as popular, and it would, like they said, it would take a bit longer. Not having any content creators just means that it would take longer for everybody else to realize it's a thing.
yeah.
But you would still have less people overall because if it were not for those content creators, there are a lot of other people that wouldn't even know that it exists. So the content creator does have something to do with it. It's just not like the end all be all. I mean, you would still be playing it. It just wouldn't be as popular.
Yes, because BR makes a new meta of shooter. Yeah, I agree with you there. I think BR is gonna be the new TDM, if that makes sense. If that makes sense, because TDM wasn't a thing back in the day, and everybody thought TDM was gonna be a niche and go out. But I ain't good with that, sir. I can. Okay, so here, look. I don't hate on PUBG. I think PUBG is a cool game. My problem with PUBG is that it does not work on console. It doesn't work on everybody's console. And if you were there for the stream yesterday, I was talking about how I like all BRs and I think there's room for all BRs. The only reason why there's not room for PUBG on my rotation of BRs uh is because it does not work on my Xbox. How can I play a game that does not work on my Xbox? Uh, You know what I'm saying? Like that's my thing. Like I can't I can't promote a game. I can't play a game that just doesn't work. I would then then my podcast would lose integrity. In my opinion, as people say that our podcast is integrity, me I just feel like we're just a bunch of dudes just sitting around talking about video games, shooting the poop. But hey, what do you know? Um, like yeah, I think I don't know. I think I think you're right. I agree with you on that. I think that it would be cool, but I don't think then again I don't think it's something we'd be playing all day either. But then again, I'm speaking for me and you, so maybe that's something different. But um, yeah, I don't think it'd be as popular. Uh,
Right.
I don't think it'd be as popular. I don't think it would be as big as it is now. I think I don't even know. Like I'm trying to think what game would be like if BR wasn't big right now. What game would be the big game right now? It would probably be I don't know. It'd probably be Smash to be honest. It'd probably be
Uh, I mean, yeah, I mean, Smash is going to be popular, but I mean, there are other games too. It just depends on the genre that everyone's into.
yeah, yeah. Ghost says, "Okay, so what makes sense? You say it doesn't work for you. Is it the bad render?" Dude, it's the fact that I go and I jump out of a plane and I get stuck into a wall. That's not fun. That's not fun. I could play a free game that does better than that. Freaking Pixel Gun 3D on my phone does better than that. Actually, that's a really great game. I can't wait to play that game one day on stream. I hear huge limits, but I can't get past it. Okay, the fact that it happens to me every game that's a problem, and it's hard for me to enjoy the game if I have to deal with that, or if I have to deal with rubber banding. More games are moving to the BR. Yes, they are. They are, and I'm dreaming one day that as me and you were talking about off stream, and I brought it up in the pod or in the stream yesterday. That I think as much as Nintendo doesn't need to do it, and I know they don't want to do it, I think it'd be cool if they did do it. The Nintendo BR. I think that'd be so much fun. I would have a blast. Um, remember that discussion there, OG?
Yeah, we had that a while back, and they don't need it at all. I mean, and I'm honestly I'm okay if they don't do it at all. To be perfectly honest, let all the other companies fight over VR, and let Nintendo just be Nintendo and still be number one.
Yeah, he said I agree with Handy because when it came out when it came out, PS4 PUBG never worked correctly for me, and I didn't trade it in. The I traded it in the next day, and I tried for a few months and it never worked. Yeah, like it's hard for like you don't understand. Like I want to enjoy PUBG. In my mind, if PUBG worked, PUBG is better than Blackout. Why is PUBG better than Blackout? If it worked, it has realistic gun mechanics. Like that is the one thing that's like missing from BR right now is realism. Like no BR, well PUBG does in the PC realm, but not in the not it just doesn't it doesn't stand. I get that it works for you, but you have to remember too, we are on two separate sides of the spectrum. You are all the way on one side of the world. I'm on all the way on another side of the world. Me and you do not connect on the same server. Me and you do not connect in the same regional zone. Even though me and you can play together, we're not the same. You know what I mean? There's too many variables that get in the way for it to say that it's like me, you know? And like there's it happens to more than just me. It happened to a lot. It happened to Crew Dog. It happened to DB. It happens to a lot. And it's hard for me to really enjoy a game when a game doesn't work. I want, dude, that's the thing. Like, you don't understand. I want to enjoy PUBG. If I didn't want to enjoy PUBG, I wouldn't have bought it 3 times. Actually, technically 4 because I have it on my phone. But the phone, it was free. I have PUBG. No, 3 times. Not 4. 3 times. I want PUBG to be well. You know, I did just say America on the PUBG. At the time, play PUBG. I'm on the North. Well, I don't know what to tell you, dude. It doesn't work. I don't know what to tell you. And it's like, you know, and they've even admitted that they built PUBG on a bad foundation. Like they've admitted it. They've said like, you know, they and that goes into my next article, but I don't want to go into it yet because I want to let OG speak. But you know, they're I'm just gonna drop this little nugget. They officially said they're moving away from PUBG. They said that since back in the article it says since Black Ops 4 BR has come out, they feel like they no longer need to be in the space and they're moving away. They're not going to be making a PUBG 2. And they are handing off PUBG to the people that are already dealing with PUBG with the mobile and because they feel like they know what's best for the game. Like the creator's done with PUBG. Creator's done. 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 He wants to move on. And he says specifically because of Call of Duty BR. What what do you want me to do, man? What do you want me to do? Like, you know, I mean, you know, so I mean, that's what it says in the article. I read it this morning. I was like, okay, so no PUBG 2. Now I want PUBG 2.0 to come out, the update, but they said, from what I understand, the 2.0 update that's going to fix a lot of things that works on PC is not coming out for console. So to do anything, you can't do. I don't want you to do anything. You can't do anything. Well, I'm just saying, there's nothing I can do. I want to like PUBG, but it's hard for me to like PUBG when it doesn't work, man. Like, you know, you know, it sits on my Xbox. It's on my Xbox. I try once a week. It's not like I've given up. I try, but it just doesn't. I've removed 50% of my hard space to make the game work. It still doesn't work. I've reinstalled it, doesn't work. I've factory reset it, doesn't work. I'm not gonna buy a new Xbox for one game, because all my other games work. So, like I don't know what to tell you, man. Don't know what to tell you because I thought it was my Xbox at one point. I factory reset it, didn't work. I, removed 50% of my my games so I could play it. Doesn't work. I've, everything. I got a faster, I got a faster internet connection on my Xbox than I do my PS4. So it's not my internet either. So I don't know, man. It just doesn't work. But OG, why don't you go ahead and take us to the next subject?
The next subject. So we're gonna go ahead and hit up our boys at Nintendo,
Oh,
since there's a
your
big
your
rumor going
boss,
around that
your
apparently I work for
your boss Bowser. That's what's up, man.
them. Something like that. So, this is gonna be part of the "Oops, I leaked some game information out,"
Oops.
and yeah, oops. So I don't know if y'all remember, but I think it was last year we reported that Walmart had accidentally leaked some games that were going to be either coming out on a certain console and also going to be talked about at the last E3.
Yeah.
Kind of an oops thing when it wasn't supposed to be released.
Yes, I remember
So,
that.
so we have another oops. This time it's from Best Buy.
Woohoo! I actually like Best
Yes.
Buy. This sucks.
Yeah. So basically, an employer system leaked out that there were going to be three games for the Nintendo Switch that are going to be coming out. Um, one of them was the Metroid Prime trilogy. Another one is a Zelda: A Link to the Past. They're going to be putting that on the Switch, which is
Isn't that a remastered, right? Because isn't there already
it.
a
Well,
yeah?
it's not really a remaster; it's more of a port.
Okay, okay.
But again, they don't. Then usually Nintendo will show a list of games that are going to be put on their port. It's just that this didn't come from Nintendo. This came from Best Buy. So that's why it's still kind of an oops. But yeah, they did Metroid Prime trilogy, Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, and uh, and the new thing that no one apparently saw coming, Persona 5
Huh?
might be coming to the Nintendo Switch, which that's kind of a big deal because that's actually a newer game
Yeah.
that came out on other systems. Right now, it's in the rumor phase, but the fact that it did come from Best Buy's like employee systems kind of gives it a little validity there. But yeah, whoops.
The thing that since we mentioned Persona 5, what Nintendo is showing is you really don't need a lot of hardware to run these fantastic games.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yep.
think about it. The Nintendo Switch does not have the extensive hardware that an Xbox One X has or a PS4 or PS4 Pro has. But it seems to be running
Right.
these games pretty darn well, in my opinion.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
At least better to be expected. So it makes you wonder.
It makes you wonder.
It,
Yeah.
it really makes you wonder why, you know, because like I'm what I'm seeing with Nintendo is like they're not going overboard with their hardware. They're just like, you know what? We're just gonna make it to where it works and it's affordable. And also, side note, they there's been leaks of the I don't did you see it yet? The leaks of the new system that's coming out. The new the
You
new
talking about the updated Switch
yeah,
or?
yeah, yeah. It's gonna be smaller. There's gonna be two. There's gonna be another one on top of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually discussed that last year. That was already a plan that they were going to do. That was supposed to release sometime summer of this year.
Yeah. So yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. That's right. That's right. That's right. I remember now.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
reported that a long time ago.
Yeah. We were ahead of the game. Um,
Yeah,
oh, what are your thoughts of those games coming? Or do you think it's true, or do you think it's a hoax?
I think it's true.
You think it's true?
Because again, this isn't the first time this has happened. Because again, it's the same thing happened with Walmart, and everything was true. So I'm pretty sure this is true as well, and I'm happy for it, especially for Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, because that is arguably my favorite game on the SNES.
Uh huh.
So, and it is my favorite Legend of Zelda game of all time.
BR
So the fact that
BRB. I'll be right back.
yeah, go ahead.
Just
But yeah, the fact that that game by itself is coming to the Switch for me is a big deal. Now, the biggest deal among the masses will probably be Persona 5 because that is a, pretty legit RPG that a lot of people are into. So, yeah, I'm actually happy for those of you who are Persona 5 fans. Um, as far as the Metroid trilogy is concerned, there is a big fan base for that, especially for those who watch the GDQs, the Games Done Quick charities, because one of their staples has always been, Metroid, kill the animals versus save the animals, thing that they do every year or almost every year. So yeah, Metroid is a popular thing too. I'm not sure which would be popular between Metroid and Persona 5, but Persona 5 is the newest among all these games, and the fact that a somewhat new game got leaked that it might come to the Switch is kind of a big deal. So I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, congrats guys. But also, what I'm going to go ahead and do, since you're doing his bathroom duties, we're going to go ahead and go to a different topic real quick. And unfortunately, I'm not able to see the chat from where I'm at, so I can't really respond to anything y'all are saying right now. But I'm going to go over a quick, excuse me, I'm going to go over a quick mobile game real quick, just so the mobile crowd can kind of get a little bit of something for today. There's a game out right now called Raid Shadow Legends Engage. Basically, this is another one of those mobile RPGs that you see every day that come out all the time. What sets this game apart is the simple fact that it doesn't have your typical like anime cartoony type graphics. It's more of your, I guess we can use Diablo or more of your, serious type graphics kind of a thing. So it's actually better for those who don't want to see all the kiddie stuff. So yeah, I'm sure that those of you that are into these kind of games that want something a little more not so, I guess, childish, you'll probably like that. So congrats on getting that as well. Basically, it's already been out for a while, and I see advertisements for it all the time. But if you guys are looking for a mobile RPG that's not cartoony or anything like that, um, definitely try Raid. Raid Shadow Legends Engage. I haven't played the game myself, but I might do a demo on my channel. So look out for that. Probably maybe sometime this month in April I'll do it. That'll be my demo for the month. So look for that probably within the next couple of weeks. I'll download it, test it out, and see it for myself how good it is. And you'll be able to see it on my channel. Um, but let's see what else do we got here. Normally I'd be able to transition easier while Handy's talking, but the fact that he's gone makes it a little difficult to transition there because I have to pull things up here. But I'm sure your boy's coming back because I hear him tripping over everything, knocking everything over. He's probably got a catastrophe going on in his apartment right now. If you can see it and that's what's happening, definitely give me a thumbs up.
hold on, I'm back. Please get back.
Oh, there he is. I can hear his voice.
Yep.
There he is. So you just
There I
drive
am.
your
Hold
your
on. I don't
entire
know what's going
apartment
on yet
trying to
because
get
I don't
back?
have my headset on yet. Hold on. All right. So we still
Oh,
talking about the Nintendo Switch thing, or the
well,
Nintendo?
I kind of moved on
Okay.
from it, but yeah, I mean, I did mention the basically the fact that the fact that there are certain new games coming out and old games are somewhat new, and then old games coming for the Switch is a pretty big deal. It's pretty cool. And I also mentioned a new mobile RPG that's out that's not doesn't have kiddish graphics called Raid.
Hmm.
I don't know if
Interesting.
you ever heard of it, but
Never have.
it's basically a mobile RPG with more realistic, well, not realistic, but more Diablo-like graphics. I guess the best way to put it. It's not like anime-like or anything like that.
So
And
blood
it
and
actually
guts? No,
has
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
well, not really blood and guts. It's just not cartoony.
Oh, okay.
That's really what it boils down to. So, because there are some people who complain that some of these games are, too like kid like or whatever. So the company or somebody actually made a mobile RPG that's not so childish, if you will.
I say it like this, man. You enjoy the game, you enjoy the game. I've learned something as a streamer, um, and somebody that's a streamer and a viewer. Don't judge. You can't. You gotta try it for yourself. For one, uh, the way that a streamer might be portraying the game may not be actually the way the game is, or maybe maybe the game looks a certain way, but it might be actually pretty fun. Um,
Mhm.
you know, like Division 2. Division 2 looks like Division 1, but it's not the same game. You know what I mean? uh you know and then again, if the streamer says, well, yeah, this is exactly like Division 1, whatever the case may be, it puts it off to the viewer. Well, okay, I don't want to try it. I mean, of course it could get expensive. Only try it if you are able to. If you're able to do that, then that's so case may be. But I would never like you know I try not to judge a game on its graphics anymore, because there's actually really good games that have crappy graphics that are like really good, like Free Cell. You remember the game Free Cell? Or not Free
Yeah.
Cell, but Dead Cell. Like, the graphics are like not the best graphics, but that's a really cool game. The fact that it has Twitch integration in it is really really cool. Basically with that game, like, you can type certain commands and it will make it where the streamer has to interact with certain enemies, or the boss may have to you know get harder or stuff like that. So it's really cool. But the graphics in that game, I mean, if we're comparing it to, like, um I don't know, like one of the high intense graphic games out right now, GTA. I mean, let's just say GTA because it's a very high intense graphical game. The graphics suck, So, I always wonder why people always talk about, or how, like, people will, like, not play a game because it's cartoony. Because I hear that a lot, man. I hear that a lot about games. Oh, that's too cartoony. I can't play it. Why? Why? Like, freaking, like, Kingdom Hearts is very cartoony, but that game is awesome, man. My biggest
Mhm.
complaint about Kingdom Hearts is that it's not hard, you know, but it's a great game, great storyline. So that's crazy. So, have you played the game yet, or is it just for Switch? It's not for mobile.
Are you talking about
The MMO that you were talking about, or
It's mobile, but I haven't played it yet. I was actually talking to them about me possibly demoing the game on my channel probably this month sometime. So
nice,
I'll look into it.
nice, 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 nice. I will look into it as well, sir. Definitely, definitely. Um, is there anything major I wanted to discuss? No, I think I got all the major topics off my chest that I want to discuss. Hold on, what did Infamous Gaming say? If people say they can't play a game because it is too cartoony, then get off Fortnite. I know you probably meant to say get off Fortnite. Yeah, yeah. Or Overwatch. I still love Overwatch. Um, you were talking to, I know, Infamously, you were talking about Battlefield Firestorm. I actually like that BR a lot. I want to put it in my rotation. I just don't know when, man. That's the problem. When? Because, like, I only stream 5 days a week. I stream, well, technically technically three. Like, when it comes to gaming content, I only stream 3 days a week, because Wednesdays we do the podcast. Thursdays I'm on Able Gamers, And so really I only stream gaming content 3 days a week. So it's very hard for me to put other games and be like in um in rotation. That's my favorite game to stream right now because it's realistic. Yeah, I I actually like the customization, the accessibility that it has. I'm waiting to review it just because I've only probably put 2 hours in the game, and I want to like at least put at least 5 to 6 hours of game time, not in one day, but like in game time on how the game is. Uh I I know everybody, Borderlands 3. It's hard for me to talk about Borderlands 3 because I've never played a Borderlands game, and I don't think you've ever played Borderlands? You've never played Borderlands either, right?
I haven't played it. I've watched other people play it in the past,
Okay.
but also, I mean, I believe we actually have uh border like one of the older Borderlands, if I'm not
Really?
mistaken, that the woman plays. So I'll
I-
have to
Is
kind of
is it
watch her
is it
play it.
is it the hard copy or is it digital?
Hard copy.
Oh, okay. I've never
Yeah.
played I've never played Borderlands before in my life. Um and it's hard for everybody's hype about the Borderlands 3, and it's hard for me to get on it and talk about it because I don't even know where to begin because I've never experienced it. Um so I don't even know necessarily what it's about. I just know it's a co-op game, that's it. Which, co-op games are pretty fun. Who knows? Once I know a little bit more about it, I will be talking about it more. Uh, Infamous says I have never played Borderlands, but I went and bought hard the handsome collector's edition just to see what it is, and as of right now, it's amazing. Oh, you bought the remaster that came today, or they came out today. Was it about Borderlands 1, right? The remaster that came out today.
Well, it
Um
wasn't today. This has been out for a while because that's the one that we have. We
uh
have the Handsome collection too. We got it like
oh, you
I don't
did?
know, maybe a month ago or so.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. So you
But yeah,
got
we have that.
Oh,
Yeah.
you have that? Okay, okay. No, the Handsome collection is not the remastered. Oh, it's not. What's the Handsome
No,
collection?
it's just a collection of the other titles. That's all it is.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
It's not like remastered or anything. It's just a redo.
No, the Hansel collection is the prequel and the second one. Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Did you buy that digital or did you buy that physical? Oh, you said physical, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
we have the physical one, and we
Uh
didn't actually buy it. It was sent to us.
man, I need to get on your fan list, man. Jeez, bro, I need. Man, you got see, he got fans. He got, and he don't stream on Twitch. He doesn't stream on Twitch. That's the crazy thing.
I can't really take all the credit for it. I mean,
I know,
but
but I mean, still, it's a fan. It's a content creator. I mean, you're a content creator. It's a somebody that supports your creation. Correct? No.
sure.
Yeah. I mean, you know. He
No, I feel
said
you.
physical is on. It's on sale for like $20 at GameStop. Interesting. See, here's the thing though, like it's hard for me to invest in a game that I've never played if I don't know if I'm gonna like it. You know what I mean? I've done that so many times, and my wife wants to wring my neck because she's like, we've took chance on games that like we bought and like they suck. Like I didn't like them. Like ESO. Like I thought ESO was gonna be the ish, right? And I was gonna play that game. And I was gonna grind that game. Yeah, the only thing I grinded on that game was my pillow. I fell asleep. Um, so I'm very careful most of the time when I invest in a game. So I don't know. I'm probably just gonna wait for three, and if I really like the way three looks, I'll probably get three. But if I get three, I'll probably get it on the Xbox because the Xbox squad is really into Borderlands. So yeah, Odie says I want to get play Borderlands 1 and the sequel before 3 comes out. Yeah, see that'd be cool. That'd be cool. That'd be dope. I probably would understand the game more if I did that, but I was hoping that it was like on Game Pass or something. I thought it was at one point, but it's not. I'm gonna have to look to see if I have Borderlands on my ready to install. I think I do on my Xbox. I'm not even sure. I'm just gonna have to check. But definitely. And of course, we could sit here and talk about E3 rumors, but we're thinking about, if possible, we're thinking about, and we're just gonna put this in your ear for hype, if possible, and if OG is able to, we're probably going to stream live while E3 is on, and we're gonna watch E3 together on stream and talk about it on the podcast. But that's a very big maybe. We'll know more about it in May. Um and I'm excited to see what Microsoft's going to announce. Uh Microsoft apparently is going to announce something big. Uh is it is the September 13th is the date. Battlelines 3 might be coming out. Yeah. Dang, September? That's crazy. Crazy. Also, the Note 10 comes out in November. I just want to throw that out there. I'm a Note person. um,
You're a note guy.
I'm a Note guy. I like my Note phone. I like it a lot. Is that confirmed? Cause that tweet was posted on April 1st.
Thank y'all for the biddies.
Living on wheels with the biddies. Yo, bro.
60 biddies, man.
Yo.
Look at all the biddies. Thank y'all for the biddies.
Yo, bro. How did your first stream over on Able Gamers go, man? How'd it go? Of course you already know I'd have been over there supporting, but I'm doing my podcast. Great, glad, man. Welcome to the squad. Glad it all went well. You know, did you get some Apex wins? Did you get? You didn't get no Apex depression during on the Able Gamer stream, right? No Apex depression. No, you can't have depression on Able Gamers, man. No, it can't happen. No, man. Man, that's good, man. Good to see it. Good to see it. I'm glad to see the growth, man. Glad to see you up there grinding for Able Gamers. For those that don't know, Living on Wheels is now on the squad over at Able Gamers. So if you want to go check him out, sometimes we'll do. His schedule has not been in stone yet. I think he says it's going to be here and there for right now. But just be on the lookout. And for those that don't know, Able Gamers is a non-profit organization that helps people with disabilities get the special equipment that they need. If you want to know more about Able Gamers and how you can help, please visit ablegamers.org. There, see, I can do it just like you, OG. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it.
I believe in you.
Uh, I, yo, bro, I came up with that on my own. Like that's never been sent to me. There is no script. I've been saying that for like 2 years, brother. Almost 3. Like people are like, "How did you remember that?" I'm like, "I didn't. I came up with it on my own." So it's a handy creation, but you can use it. You could use it. It's just what I've learned about Able Gamers, and I just put it in there. But definitely, man, I hope to see you there more. Encourage you to grind over there more. Yeah. So, is there anything else you need to want to discuss there, OG?
uh, Well, I'll just do kind of a quick thing because it's not
Okay.
like a big topic. I've brought it up here and there, but apparently working in the video game industry is kind of a struggle these days.
Oh, don't say.
Apparently, yeah, you don't say. More than 1,500 people have lost their jobs in the gaming industry in the past 3 months.
And they all worked for
And
Activision. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, that was a joke.
no. There is a rough estimate on the number of people from each company, but these are rough estimates, so I'll go ahead and give you those numbers.
Okay.
So, Activision Blizzard has lost about 800 people due to
Whoo!
layoffs or whatever the case may be. That's a lot of people.
That's a
It's
lot.
a lot of people.
That's a lot.
Yep. Next Games lost 26 people.
Who's now? Do we
Um,
know who Next Games is?
I
For the
have no
people
idea
that are
who they are.
okay. For the people
I
listening.
don't know.
So people listening,
Uh,
do your research.
yeah, do your research because I don't know.
I don't know who they are
Um,
either, honestly.
yeah. EA Fire Monkeys lost 50 people. About.
No, I am not. Oh,
Um,
only 50? Oh, you think EA would have lost more?
well, no, there's not just EA as a whole. This is a
Oh,
division within
yeah,
EA
yeah, I know.
called Fire Monkeys. So that group in EA has lost 50 people. ArenaNet has lost about 143 people.
Dang, son.
See, a company called Razer lost 30 people.
Oh, I know who
Um,
Razer is.
well, you know Razer. Okay, that
Yeah,
works.
Razer's the company with the phone and the
Mm,
computer
okay.
company. Yeah.
And then GOG.com lost about 12 people.
Well, the name
That's
was the reason. No, I'm just kidding.
Techland lost about 13 people.
Mm,
I'm not really familiar with them either.
no, you did that.
Valve lost 13 people.
Now
I
that
know
I'm
they,
now that I'm familiar with. There was
yeah,
Steam.
I know about a little bit about Valve. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Electronic Arts, straight up EA, has lost about 350 people.
Well, there you go, folks. This is why
Hmm.
Madden never changes.
Something like that. Nitro Games lost about 30 people.
Oh, this is
Let's
interesting.
see.
Infamous Gaming says Next Games makes a lot of mobile games. They have a Walking Dead mobile game as well. Interesting. So you mean the mobile gamer guy didn't know a mobile gaming company?
Yeah,
Dun dun
that's absolutely
dun.
right.
See,
Yes, behold, I don't know everything.
this is why we try to tell y'all we are not experts. We are just people that sit around and give our strong opinions on how we feel about games. So
Hmm.
don't take our opinions to heart. Don't take them to heart, man. Do your own research. We just people that love to talk about games. See, again, for people that don't know, me and OG would have this conversation once a month. Anyway, we would literally like we call each other and talk about, hey, what game you playing? Oh yeah, and you're like, did you hear about what this happened? Oh yeah, what's your thoughts? We would literally have this conversation anyway, and so when we were able to, when streaming was about, and I was like, yo, this is kind of cool. I was like, yo, we can actually finally do a show. We can bring this into a podcast. Me and him always wanted to do a show, but back then we wanted to do the whole like Adam Sessler thing and have like, our own Morgan Webb, back in the day. But it now podcasts are a thing, and podcasts are a lot more easier considering we're both more busy with life. And so we're like, yo, we have these phone conversations anyway. Why not turn it into a podcast? And we are like, man, that's a great idea. So this is how the podcast was born. We don't claim to be
Hmm.
professionals. We don't claim to be reporters. We don't claim to be journalists. We don't really claim to bring the news. We just claim to talk about what we feel is important and what we would talk about amongst ourselves, anyways. So that's crazy, though. That is crazy.
Yeah, a lot of people have been losing their jobs though in the gaming industry, specifically Activision Blizzard. They're the one that got hit the hardest with losing 800 people, but EA is not too behind with 350.
And for those that don't know, Activision and Blizzard are together. So like that they like Activision really lost a whole lot, because
Mm-hmm.
Activision and Blizzard have merged. So that's crazy. That is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That is really crazy. But again, they might be making room for something bigger. You know, a lot
Yeah,
of people,
anything's possible.
see this as a bad thing, and and I know I joke around, but like, ooh, but it's weird. Here's the thing: the fact that all these companies are losing all these people at once means something big is about to happen, and they know, all these companies know, but it just hasn't been released to the public yet. Maybe it's Stadia. Who knows? I don't know. I doubt it's Stadia. I mean, it could be, but it might be Xbox's big thing. They're making room. So they're making room in their budget for something. Who knows what it is? Who knows what it
Mm-hmm.
is? Um, but as of right now, I don't really have any else major to talk about. I think we really went in deep on the whole streaming subject and the whole content creator and and that. So I'm pretty good for now. Next week, until next week. I don't know about you.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, cool. Well, why don't you go ahead and take us out, Siri?
I'll think about it.
Okay.
But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you for listening to the OG podcast, where we're here Wednesday, 10 a.m. Central, for all of your good gaming gossip. That's right, the triple G, good
Gaming
gaming
gossip.
gossip. I like that.
I
I just
like
thought
that.
about that on the fly too. I
Look,
like it
see,
too.
look,
Yeah.
new emo coming soon.
New
GGG,
emo.
new emo. There we go. Okay, go ahead.
But we'll be back, of course, next Wednesday, 10 a.m. Central, to discuss all of your gaming needs. And then we're going to have a lot of fun while we're doing that. Get some good rumors, some good articles, some maybe just interesting things that we found out in life. That's what we do. And be sure to check out Handy at Able Gamers tomorrow, as
Yes,
he represents for a good cause.
yes,
And then, of course, support him on his own channel at Handy Killcam, so that that he still knows that you like him and you care. So be
yes.
sure to show him love over there.
I like to know that you
And
like
then
me. Go ahead.
exactly, he needs to know.
I need to know.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Yes.
But and of course, remember that my channel name is back to the original
G
OG Krugsta.
Krugsta.
So go ahead and check out my YouTube channel for all of my older videos, and then I'll be making new videos, of course, as the days go by. And then until then, you guys keep gaming, and y'all take care.
Keep gaming, y'all. Later.